It's Wrestling in Color Podcast right here on YouTube. Make sure you thumbs up the video. Make sure you like the video. If you are compelled, dive into the comments and do all the other things that you need to do to show your support to Wrestling in Color Podcast. It's free. It's on YouTube. I'm just running my mouth about stuff that is annoying me. And it's annoying me so much that I had nothing to talk about. So I figured out some things to talk about. And maybe you'll be interested in the things that I have to say. And hopefully you'll go in the comments and we can go back and forth about it, right? So here we are with the women's division. It's in a complete shambles. On both shows. Totally non-existent. John Laurinaitis is back. And that's a concern of mine. And I think it's a concern for the women of the WWE specifically. AEW's women's division, you know, it's way better than WWE, and NXT's women's division is pretty much superior. But I'm going to focus on Raw and SmackDown because you have your SmackDown champion in Bianca Belair, and you have your Raw champion in Rhea Ripley, which is probably, you know, the worst time to be champions because there is no one for these women to feud with outside of Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler and this fucking guy named Reginald Thomas, which is who we're going to focus on. We're going to focus on a couple things, but he is going to be the focus of this podcast because I want Reginald to go down either back to NXT or mix it up with the men. I'm not understanding why he's around these women doing the things he's doing. It's not fun. It's not elevating anyone. No one is winning. No one is coming out of this looking better. He's making people look foolish. And I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. It's making me having to watch these shows, which I choose to watch. It's becoming a chore. And to get through Monday Night Raw is a fucking... It is unbearable at this point. Thank God for Resident Evil 8 because that's probably what I'll be playing instead of watching Monday Night Raw because I refuse to watch Bobby Lashley go up against fucking, what is his name? Oh my God. Drew McIntyre for the 856th time. It's like, for what? So this is the article I came across. And it says the women are concerned about the return of John Laurinaitis. It's from March. It's from March, actually. And it's funny because I'm sitting here thinking, oh, we back to these 3-minute matches? Matches that don't fucking matter? Filler matches after all this evolution talk? Give me a break. So, John Laurinaitis is back in the power role. He'll be head of talent relations. Mark Carrano's gone, okay? If you don't know who John Laurinaitis is, I'm sure you do. But here's a fun fact. He's the Bella Twins' stepdad. Okay? He's married to their mom. Anyway, Laurinaitis' insistence on embrace the style of divas for the wrestlers in the ring above the wrestling talent in the ring that he displayed during his time there has caused concern. Also, there's concern that the superstars, the hiring style and thinking goes back to what it was before. It's also said that Mark Carrano is also not much love behind the scenes and he's gone. So, Laurinaitis was all that before and that will be his role now. He'll be taking Mark Carrano's role and he'll be head of talent relations. And this is not a good thing for the women because, like I said, it'll be back to a bunch of bullshit. Although they're called superstars, they're going to be doing diva-style bullshit. And it's to the detriment of the women's division. Now, with that being said, is he putting this Reginald guy in this position? Reginald, if you don't know, was signed to WWE in January of 2020 as Sidney Bateman. And then he went by Akeem Young, and he was changed to Reginald Thomas. I'm sorry, I'm like slurring. I had cookies. Maybe there was something in the milk. I don't know. And then what happened was Carmella in her ever-changing, reboot, which is a whole nother conversation itself. These fucking it, revamps, introductions, and coming back. So now another woman, a Carmella doing some other shit. Okay, she was his sommelier, which is basically the guy that takes the wine for you and hands it to you. Okay, that's how he debuted on the WWE with Carmella as a sommelier. Okay, he's also a St. Louis circus star, and he worked for Circus Harmony and Cirque du Soleil, which makes a lot of sense because he's Cirque du Soleil all up and through that fucking ring, and I don't like seeing it no more. Um, the French he used on SmackDown is something he learned while attending the circus in Montreal school, and he went to circus school in Montreal. Okay, so those are some fun facts about Reginald. Let me tell you something. I love that there's a black guy, on there doing his thing. But what I don't like is where he's at. And it's funny that he's a circus star. So let's go ahead and get into this Reginald fella. So he starts at sommelier, and at that time, Sasha Banks is the SmackDown Women's Champion. She's mixing it up with Carmella, and the sommelier is in the fucking way. So he's in the fucking way, and Carmella's losing, and all the time. But he's always on the ring, reaching and trying to be in the fucking way. And it's very frustrating for fans because Carmella, I guess, was the heel, even though, Sasha Banks wasn't heel like at the time, but whatever. So we go on to a point where the sommelier got beat up by Sasha. She's smacking him around and beating him up. And he leaves Carmella because she lost her title shot. She smacked him, threw drinks in his face, and he was gone. Only to be picked up like trash by Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler, to Shayna Baszler's dismay, because these two women are the tag team champions, and they are just, oh my god. And it's not so much as Shayna Baszler. Nia Jax is just absolutely egregious on TV. I don't know what the fuck else to do with this woman, and it's really sad because she could really be a really good hand, but I can't. So we get these vignettes of Shania taking him shopping and whatever the case may be. So then we go into Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair. We have been waiting for this pair up since last year, since Bianca stole the show with Charlotte and Rhea. Finally get the pair up, and somehow Carmella's still mixing it up with her sommelier. And then, he's all in the way. So then now he's with Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler. So why is it they are involved with Sasha Banks and fucking Bianca Belair? We don't fucking know. We don't know. It's very bizarre. And because of this, it made Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair's build up to WrestleMania very lackluster and awful for no fucking reason. He's jumping on the mat. Bianca's like, over here, over there. These two women should have had their own storyline, and they were very capable of doing it. They would have fed off each other excellently. But WWE and whoever's back there would not allow it. So you got them mixing it up with the tag team champions, and they having tag team matches at pay-per-views that nobody cares about, and he's all in the fucking way, and it's just like, what the fuck? Of course, now we see that Sasha and Bianca went on to have a historic, excellent WrestleMania match. But now Bianca Belair is kind of in limbo because there's no one there. And I'm hoping they don't end up over there with this guy. So now we have Rhea Ripley into the scene, and Rhea Ripley has nothing to do because she took the belt off of Asuka in a very lackluster fashion at WrestleMania. No one really cared, to be honest with you. Bianca Belair had this explosive celebration. No one cared. No one cared because Rhea Ripley said, I want the belt. That was it. So she took the belt. Now WWE went and did the same fucking thing they did with Bianca and Sasha. They took Nia and Shayna and Reginald, went over to Raw, and then injected themselves into this match for no fucking reason. None. So you had Reginald getting on the mat, in the way, flipping and carrying on. There was even a point on SmackDown during that whole Carmella mixing it up thing where Sasha and Reginald had a match. And Reginald proceeded to flip and dip and do all kinds of things. Now, the reason why it was fun, I ain't gonna lie, it was fun to watch. It's because this is Sasha Banks. And she brings out the best in whoever she's in the ring with. Everyone can't do that. Even in the worst circumstances, if you can't bring out the best in your sparring partner, there's something seriously wrong with you as a wrestler. Sasha Banks rose to the occasion, made the match fun. And guess what? We are now doing the same shit with Reginald. But this time it makes sense because you have a makeshift tag team with what's her name? Tamina and fucking the never ending Nat. Natty, look at that. Nat with a G, Nat with an N. Natty. They're a makeshift tag team. Give them the fucking belts. Yes, the Riot Squad is a tag team that is, grounded. They know they are a tag team. We know that. But for whatever reason, and I'm going to tell you eventually why they are not tag team champions. Again, who the fuck knows? In this non-existent fucking tag team division. What the fuck happened to the Muscle Girls or whatever the fuck them to Dana Brooke and Mandy Rose? They didn't even show up. So now we have Reginald in a match for 3 minutes with Tamina Snuka when you could have made this into a storyline that had teeth, but no one fucking cares about this belt. He's flipping all over the ring. She looks just big and cumbersome and dumb because of it. She does not look strong. She does not look great. It's not a good match. It's stupid and no one cares. And who came out looking good? Nobody. Yes, she won with a DQ, but who the fuck cares? Who cares? Who cares? I want Reginald to you either come out with Nia and Shayna and sit the fuck down and stay out the matches. You should not be reaching into the ring. You should not be doing anything with these women. If you're gonna do intergender matches, WWE, you do it then. You already got Alexa Bliss mixing it up with Randy Orton and them, and to the dismay of his wife, because instead of her pinning him, she straddled him, looking like a fucking child on top of a grown man. But we ain't gonna talk about that because y'all enjoyed the shit. Reginald is literally making a mockery of the women's division. Do you think Reginald will be in the ring with the man, Becky Lynch? No. So why the fuck is he in the ring with anybody else? Reginald needs to either go on Cruiserweight show if they have that 205 Live or something else. He does not need to be in the ring with these women. And it's disrespectful, it's tiring, and I'm sick of seeing it. I'm tired of seeing it. I don't want to see it no more. He's getting too much TV time at the expense of the women. Okay? You just had a match with Lana and fucking Naomi. I don't even know what to say about Naomi no more. I don't even know. I don't know what the fuck is going on. They refuse. They simply refuse. So Lana and Naomi's in this tag team. They're doing some of the greatest TikToks of their lives. Great. And here comes Reginald fucking it up, confusing everyone. They losing matches. And for what? For what? For what? It's unacceptable. And again, it's disrespectful. And I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. If this is what y'all gonna be doing now that John Laurinaitis is back, you set the women's division back. You set it back into the garbage. And even then, even during the Divas division, the women had matches that were women matches, whether they were 2 minutes or not. They were women's matches. Ain't nobody was interfering in the matches. I'm tired of it now. Reginald needs to be out of the women's division. That's it. Point blank. Period. Tell me what you think in the comments, and I'll catch you later.